Hi ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here for this quick tutorial on Book2Act and some of the settings inside. So as you get into this and set up either a trial or you've enrolled or purchased Book2Act, one of the things you want to be aware of is once you get inside this, you're going to have to set it up. So I want to talk to you about some of the settings. When you first log in, you'll go right to their home page. But then we're going to talk about the Act Web API settings. And I'm going to go up and click on this tab. You will need to know your Act Web API URL, and that's something that you can get from your provider, whether it be directly from the good folks at Act or possibly from a third-party provider. You also need to know your database name, your username, and password for that database. Some of these issues or some of these items can be a little confusing, and this is sometimes where I suggest you get some help in this area. Next, you're going to go to the Book2Act settings, where you're going to go in and be able to change the kinds of things you book and the way you book things. You have a URL, which is the link you're going to use to send to people to get to your calendar. Next, if I come up to calendar settings, we can go in and change the start time, the end time, the time zone, what types of activities. I just book meetings through this. Whether or not you want to allow multiple time slots, yes or no. So in other words, can they book more than an hour? Can they book 3 hours? How do you want to set that? And again, some of this you might want to think through. The required fields in the form they will fill out. The days of the week you want to make your calendar available. Are you open on Saturdays and Sundays? And also, this is probably to me one of the key ones, is do you want to allow meetings to be scheduled for the current day? So in other words, a lot of times as my day gets going, I will sort of work accordingly, and I might not glance at the email or my calendar for a little bit of time. And if someone had booked a time with me, I might miss it. So generally I don't allow booking for today. Also, once you get done with this, you can look at some of the appointment settings and decide how long a duration do you want the meeting to be. Now, there's one thing they don't have that I wish they did have, and maybe it will come down the road, is the ability to book two different types of activities, meaning regardless of whether or not it's a call or a meeting or to-do for that matter, the duration is set right here. So what I'd love to see is where they had a 60-minute meeting and possibly a 15-minute telephone call or something of that nature. So when you start working with this stuff, you want to go in, mess around with these settings, test it, and see what works for you. They also have something called a blacklist setting, which I personally don't use. This is sort of to put in things like holidays and things of that nature. But I just don't do this because my experience has been this isn't a big thing for me. But again, that might differ for you. And then the last part is in the account management. It just gives you a little bit of information on when things are going to renew or expire. So this is information. You can get this for each person on your team, and again, it can be a great tool. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Holowitz, and that's the inside of Book2Act. Thank you very much. Have a great day.